What's happening? We are back with another classic episode of Feeling Good with Duddy. This one goes all the way back to April of 2021 with our good friends Cydeways. And joining them is Kaleo from Pepper. This one includes a live performance as well. Hope you guys enjoy. Peace. Hey, welcome to the show. Feeling Good with Duddy. That's me. Let's go.
Oh, yay! It's episode 98 of Feelin' Good with Duddy, the show that points at the world, has a laugh, points in the mirror, has a laugh, fairest of the fair, bravest of them all, and the only live music venue in Southern California. That's us, the Feeling Good with Duddy show. Hi, I'm Jake B., host of the Morning Ride Show on Facebook, co-host of this very show. Let me introduce you to my brother, the host, the guitar player, the singer for the Dirty Heads. Here he is, everybody, Duddy B.
What is happening? Thank you for that amazing intro, Jake.
You know what? You're welcome.
Oh my goodness. We have an amazing show for you today, guys. We have awesome guests here. We have the guys from Cydeways. We have Dustin Parks here sitting with us. We have a great You Should Be Shot segment. We have a conspiracy query. The band's going to perform some songs for us. He's going to show us a riff. We're all going to show you our riffs. We have some poop stories. We have some Q&A, and we also have some listener stories today.
Yeah, we're trying something new here today.
Yeah.
We have a listener scary story that they sent in that we will comment on and share with you. And we have a listener poop story.
We do. But before we get into any of that stuff, Jake, tell them how they can support the show.
All right. A couple things. Firstly, are you listening on iTunes? What is it? It's Apple Podcasts. That's what it is.
Yes.
The purple app on your phone. If you're listening there, please give us a rating. Give us a 5-star rating. Write a review. That's like the major thing for us. That helps us get recommended to other podcast listeners. And then hopefully we can grow the show. Also, if you really like the show and you want to hear more of us talking, you go to patreon.com, Feeling Good with Duddy, and you'll get an episode every Monday that you don't get for free here. And then you'll get not live, but guitar tutorials from Duddy B. And you get to ask questions that we answer on the show. That's pretty much it. Wait a minute. More. We have merch now again.
We do.
That's right. Tell them what the merch address is, Duddy.
It is, Luke, it is FGWD.shopify.com. And we made some merch.
We did a thing. So that's it. That's all we ask, guys. Otherwise, enjoy the show. We have an awesome band here today. Killer songs. And right now we're going to introduce the guest who's the singer of this band, the creator of this band, Cydeways from Santa Barbara, Dustin Parks. Welcome to the show, bro.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me out.
Thank you so much for coming. Drove all the way from Santa Barbara today. What's that, like 2 hours?
It's like 4. Dude.
Oh, it's more. Yeah.
No, it's about 3.
It's about 3,
Yeah.
but if you have to go through
It feels
LA,
like 4.
It does. Yeah. Oh, you have to go through
LA can make it a 7-hour journey
Yeah.
if it's
That'll change your whole trip.
It'll ruin some things. But thank you guys so much for coming
Of course,
down.
thanks for having me. I'm stoked to be here.
And you guys ripped off like 3 awesome songs. One of them featuring the boys from Pepper. Actually, not the boys from Pepper, but
Kaleo from Pepper.
who I always
Kaleo, yep.
fucking end up saying Kalohe. My favorite surfer, Kalohe and Dino. And then Kaleo, I always just mix those two up. But yeah, you guys ripped it up. And so here's the deal. What's going on with Cydeways?
We're doing what we can do right now. We have a full record, just about done, which we're stoked on. It's our debut record with Law Records. We put out one before, but with the record label, it's our debut. We got Kaleo. We got 2 more good features who I can't drop just yet. But dude, the music's great, and we're stoked to put it out.
You're just waiting.
We're just waiting. We don't want to put it out just yet if we don't have a tour or anything like going on to kind of, push it harder. But I mean, I'm excited. I just want to get it out there.
It's tough because it's like you have this amazing music and you want to put it out so bad. But I feel like it's so close to really figuring out tours again and getting it going. Yeah. It's almost like, let's just hold off a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're kind of in the same exact boat right now.
Yeah.
We're just like, we have all this music, but we're we're just waiting a little bit longer.
Exactly. I think it's just the smarter move to just wait a little bit and see how things happen.
It's
but
every band that we've had on
It's
recently
just-
has an album chambered up. And they're like,
of course.
"Ugh." But
Exactly. We're
like
all
we
dying to
always
get it
say,
out.
there's about to be so much music hitting people's ears. So that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
good thing. Eventually it's all going to spill out. And so that's what's going on. You guys have got the album. You're just waiting to tour. You just played some of the songs and people are going to get to hear them in a little bit. But band history, like I was talking to you before the show and you came out from Boston. You started this project yourself, right? Or no, with a producer
With a
buddy
buddy.
in Boston.
Yeah.
Tell us how Cydeways became what it is today.
Yeah. So originally from Boston, me and my buddy Trevor Buckingham, who does all the production still to this day. We just work remotely through, FaceTime or whatever. We started together when we had bands in high school, and then we were freshmen in college, and we both hated going to school, especially me. So I would just record music in my dorm room instead of go to class, obviously. And eventually, we got some hits on the internet, and we were like, "Fuck it, let's go for it. Let's bring it out to California." So I moved out alone to LA. I actually lived in Inglewood, landed in Inglewood. And eventually I had a friend in Santa Barbara who lived there, and I just fell in love with the place way more than Inglewood.
A little different.
Very different.
Yeah. So from there on, I was just recording music, and eventually met the guys in the band that are in it now, and started playing shows and just getting a following and doing the thing.
Come out
Nice.
here on your own.
Yeah.
No band.
No friends, no band.
No friends, nothing. You moved to Inglewood with a zero friends.
Yeah, zero. Yeah, I didn't know anybody.
God dang.
I would just skate down Venice Boardwalk every day just to kill time.
What was the plan? So the plan was just to meet some people. You already have songs.
Yeah.
Let me meet some people that are willing, that want to play these songs with me. Let's play some shows.
Yeah.
I know I'm
meet
in the
some
right
kids
area.
that are good, and they're like, "Oh, we'll play the music that you're coming out with," and that was the whole goal.
So maybe didn't meet anyone in Inglewood and then knew the friend in Santa Barbara, went there,
Yeah,
met
and
the
it
guys.
took me like at least a couple years to meet them. I had filled in with a band, just like they would bring me up and sing a couple songs in some dive bars, and eventually I came across these guys from UCSB, who are just great musicians, and hungry, young, a little younger than me, so they're ready to go.
Were they already playing in a band at all, or?
Casey had been touring with a couple bands. I think it was Thicker Than Thieves was one of them.
Oh, okay.
And he grew up right around this area, and he was a 17th Street guy as well for drums.
We all were
Yeah,
17th Street dudes
Yep.
at our points in life.
So he moved out to Santa Barbara, and we didn't have a drummer, and a mutual friend connected us, and it worked out great. So
Nice.
pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We always love the stories like that. We've had a few before on the show where it's like somebody just wants to make it happen and just ups and moves out to the West Coast alone. It's like, and we're always like, damn, dude, that's brave. Like Duddy and I were fortunate that our parents ended up moving here when I turned 8 here. Duddy turned
we
6.
We started here.
We were born in LA, but we lived in Reno, Duddy and I
moved to
for
Reno when we were like
when we were like
babies.
younger. And then we lived with our grandma in Woodland Hills for a year while our parents tried to find a house, and bam, we landed Huntington Beach. So we were so fortunate for that.
Totally.
I always think, if we grew up in Reno, Duddy, we'd probably, dirt bike or skateboard, but, because we're going to do something radical.
Yeah.
But here I got to surf, we got to just get, and we're so lucky. And then the music culture that we were lucky enough to
It's
be
huge
around.
here. That's why I knew I had to come out to California.
Yep.
It's the play. It's the way to go.
And it's working.
Yes.
You did a
It's starting
good
to work.
call.
Yeah.
That's
So-
pretty. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, go ahead, Dud.
No, I was just gonna. We were talking earlier, and we had started that. We were talking about playing shows and whatnot, and we had that segment that we had started, the band etiquette situation, and you had such a great
Yes,
one.
yes.
And for those of you who are listening that don't
remind
know
them.
exactly what I'm talking about, is we started a new segment last episode, and it's called Band Etiquette, and it's things you see from the stage as the band that you see happening in the crowd, and you're just like, oh, come on, guys, let's stop this. This is insane. And he told us such a great one earlier, so you want to just fill him in a little bit on what you were saying.
My biggest pet peeve of all time, and you can be in a band and see this, or you can be at a concert and see this next to you. The fucking guy yelling in the girl's ear next to him, just hitting on her so hard she wants nothing to do with the guy, and it's just like it's cringy. It's the cringiest thing I've ever seen, and it's hilarious.
It was so great when you said that. I was like, oh my God.
Nailed.
It's perfect. I've seen this. the girl's just trying to have fun. She's just dancing.
Yeah.
She's with her girlfriends. They're dancing. They're singing along. And then the creepo drunk dude rolls in and just starts screaming, "What's up, girl? What are you doing after this?"
You can only imagine the guy being like, "Hey, like, babe, I'm in a band too. Do you like these guys?"
If you like this, wait till you
should
catch
check
what
us
I'm
out.
doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's all, you can see it start. So real quick too, the band etiquette thing. Duddy firstly called out shirtless dudes who are on top of other dudes' shoulders. Like nobody at a show wants that.
I feel like anytime I see a guy on top of another guy's shoulders, he's always buff.
Always buff, always sweaty,
And he's always
potential back knee.
But he's always bigger and buffer because that's the why he's
Yes.
get on my huge buddy's shoulders. I'm also huge. Let's tromp around knocking everyone's beer over because that's what people want.
And
right?
yeah, to add to the shirtless guy holding a beer on someone's
just
shoulder, and then
spilling it
just
everywhere.
Johnny
just
Appleseed.
putting out
Of course,
everybody's joints and cigarettes,
just trying to get to the
splashing
front
on
of
them.
the concert.
Oh
Yeah.
man, just the worst. So that was the first one, and then we had someone that brought up they hate when they see a girl maybe crowd surfing and guys are groping them, and we're like, absolutely,
It's every time.
It's every time a girl crowd surfs.
She
Yeah.
gets so groped, and I'm wondering
Yes.
if they don't know or it's they
know.
like it. Or
I mean,
they're
I
like,
think they
I'm
know,
about to go get
There's a
groped.
couple that really reach for it.
It's
I
a
think.
reacher, dude, and just a double hand twister.
No,
It's
I mean the girls. I'm saying, do the girls? Is it like their first time? They don't know they're about to get
Oh,
groped,
I
so they're
see.
like, "Yay!" Or they're like, "Dude, I love crowd surfing because I just get felt
It
up."
becomes the worst experience of their lives for some of them.
yeah. If you see a girl crowd surf twice,
Oh, yeah.
she loves it.
Okay.
If it's once and then a horrified look and a shuffling
She
to the
didn't
back,
like
it.
well then this was this
She
assault.
would have rather hit the ground.
yeah. I guess. Hey, if you're into it too.
Yeah.
If you
Rad,
see,
dude,
so
go
what
for
we're
it.
saying is, if you see a girl crowd surf more than one time, when she lands, go yell in her ear.
Yeah, get into
and
her
just
ear
get right
quick.
up in there and try and
Yes.
talk to her. Yeah.
But so those are the only two we had before today, but I kind of, this is my favorite one because
It's perfect.
it hits on a couple levels. Yes, you see the dude that's hitting on the chick and you can see her body language is I'm 100% not interested. The dude is leaning in, yelling into her ear. It is a funny thing to see from the
Yeah,
stage.
it's hilarious.
And that the yelling into the ear thing surpasses even the hitting on a chick or
Oh, yeah.
any. I forgot about that part of live shows until you said it.
Yeah.
Where even your best friend
Oh,
is next
totally.
to you and he's just leaning and yelling to try to get over the music, and it's painful.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Tell me in between songs.
Band
You know?
etiquette.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Band
exactly.
etiquette is great. And you know what? I love that. And in this, the yelling kind of brings me into this next little thing I want to talk about, Jake.
Life etiquette, Duddy?
Life etiquette. I actually have a "You Should Be Shot" today.
Shot.
Yes,
I was
you
reaching for the slap and then you
should be
curveballed it.
shot. You should be shot. Yeah.
All
We have
right.
live drops today, people.
Yep, that's why it's slower than normal.
Okay. I went out to eat with my family and I saw this happening. It was in, like my 2:00 vision, and the bar's over at my 2:00, and I just see it happen. And there's this group of early 20s. It's like 4 or 5 of them. They're cool. They're chilling. They're having drinks at the bar. But then I noticed, obviously, there's 2 of them that are a couple, and they start to argue, and they argue enough to where I could hear them arguing. And I'm not even in the bar area. I'm sitting over at the table with my family and I could see it. And they're not like screaming, but they're full on arguing. Like they're obviously mad at each other. They're pointing at each other. They're doing the stuff. And which is already the worst thing in the world when couples argue and fight in public. But then I
Yes.
see them doing what is the worst. And I remember I had friends growing up that would do this. I had friends that were in just terrible relationships that would argue every single night. Everywhere we went, they argue, they make a scene, and they're hitting their friends, like pointing, trying to get their friends involved in, like, did you hear what the fucking she said? And trying to get their friends to jump into their argument, and just, so that's my thing. Couples who argue all the time in public, they need to be shot.
Bam.
Not killed.
Yeah, agreed.
Not killed. It's a graze. It's a graze. Luke wanted me to shoot them in the mouth. And I was like, Luke, that would kill them, Luke. Jesus, I will graze their lips. I'll graze the lips.
Wow, a
Not
lip
dead,
graze.
not dead. Gonna have to eat only cold stuff for a few weeks.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Do they lose their lips? Is this just that the lips get heated up to they're burned?
It's like, yes, it's
Right through.
such a graze. It's like
God
sizzling.
dang, Duddy,
it's
that's
very
sinister.
hot. It's like it's going to burn their lips, and they're going to know how close they were to dying
Yes.
because of arguing in public.
The
So this is
public argument, you should be shot.
public argument. You should be shot.
I 100% agree. This is a horrifying, awkward thing. I love watching it from a distance, actually. Were you kind of,
I have loved watching
You
it,
couldn't have been
but I
happier.
couldn't take my eyes off. My wife was like, what are you looking at? Because she's, sitting, I'm looking at my wife, so she's not seeing this. And I'm doing one of those things where you're looking at her, but every 2 seconds, my eyes glance back over in that other direction. And I kept watching, she's like, what are you looking at? I'm like, dude, this couple over here is just totally arguing, and I can't stop watching. And it just made me think, because I'm not going to name any names, but I had multiple friends growing up that were in relationships where you're just like, fuck. Every single
In
time we hang out,
public.
you guys argue in public, and it's so embarrassing.
what's your stance on public arguments between
It's
Between
I fucking
lovers.
hate it. Yeah, it's the worst.
I love
I can't deny it. I've been there before,
you're a
but not to that
participant.
extent. I mean, there is some people that are so brutal about it.
Oh,
Like,
God.
If I get it, I'm just like, let's walk away a little bit. We're not gonna do it in fucking in front of everybody at the
that's
bar.
why- yes.
Like, and
If
also
you-
just chill the fuck out.
Yes.
Like,
You must drag it. You must drag the other person. And it doesn't even have to be your girlfriend, boyfriend, what it's like a friend, anything where it's just a full-blown public thing. You must drag the other person to a dark corner where no one can see. It has to happen. And then the involving of the friends. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
You're just like hands
Whoa,
immediately
whoa, I
go
want-
up. I'm
yeah.
not interested.
Yeah, well, nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that Dane Cook joke when he's like, he's all, I love hearing people's arguments at the store when they're on the next aisle. That's a great Dane Cook bit.
yeah.
He's all, I listen in. He's all, I'll throw things in to encourage the argument.
Oh, that's good.
And and he said he called the chick a twat, and then the boyfriend heard it and said, twat, that's a good word, man. Yeah, you're a twat. You're like, he helps the arguments get worse. Like,
Oh, man, I should have done that.
you should have thrown that
I
in.
should
Like,
have just walked by and went, she's right.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
See that guy. Thanks, bro. And then it fires it up a lot, Duddy. Wow, you should be shot. We're starting out hot and heavy. Band
I like it.
etiquette.
I like it.
It's all to help people, really,
I'm
because
just trying to teach people.
yeah, don't yell in people's ears at the shows. Don't argue in public. I think we've done a lot for society.
Yeah, the guy who yells
Already.
at the chick in the ear in the show is the guy who yells at his girlfriend as well at the
It's
bar.
100%.
It's the same
Dude,
thing. It's the same
100%.
guy.
It's a foreshadowing.
It is.
Yeah.
You will be yelled at forever by this
Yes,
guy.
exactly. Music or not, he's gonna be yelling in your ear.
You meet a nice guy, ladies listening, or, fellas, whoever's having sex with people. If the other person that you might want to have sex with, if they wait in between the song and then whisper at you, hey, how's the show going for you? That's the person
That's
that
the
you
keeper.
Yeah.
live with
Yeah.
for a year and a half, get a cat together, and then break up. That's the person, everybody.
All right.
All right.
Now,
You guys, this is where it gets super favorite-y. Dustin,
everybody's favorite segment
are
is
you
coming
ready?
up.
Dustins?
Which Dustin?
Yeah.
Dustins, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
We're ready.
The Dustins.
All
This
right.
is Conspiracy Query. Duddy.
Okay.
We'll call you Duddy because it's
That's
two
a good idea.
Dustins.
That's
I
a
like
good
that
idea.
name
Can I
anyway.
be Duddy P?
Sure.
Duddy P, dude. Duddy P and Duddy B. I actually really like that a lot. Yes, you're Duddy P from now on. So,
Awesome.
boys, Duddies.
It's a dream of mine.
Duddy P, I have something to tell you. This is not a conspiracy theory, okay?
Okay.
You know what that is, right, Duddy P? A conspiracy
conspiracy
theory?
theory
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Okay, this is not that.
Duddy B, tell him what you're doing.
Okay. I didn't come up with this. I'm not trying to convince you that this is real. I didn't find this on the internet. I did find this on the
Yeah, we
internet.
found it on
actually.
the
I found
net.
it on
That
the
was a
internet.
lie.
What I'm trying to say is that this is a conspiracy query.
He's not telling you, have you heard this? Dude, check this. He's asking you, do you believe this shit? It's a lot
But what
safer.
I'm really asking is, do you believe in conspiracy queries?
Thank you, Duddy.
Okay.
B.
Well, let's see. You guys know we're taking you around the entire world. Around the globe, really. We spin the globe. I put my finger down. Wherever it lands is where I go to find these stories. And this one comes, from our friends at Thrillist.com.
Of course.
And it took us all the way to our nation's capital, Kentucky.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. And this one is called The Witch Girl of Pilot's Knob. Could have came up with a better name, but all right. Why is this creepy? Just looking at the picture of young Mary Evelyn Ford's grave feels a bit unnerving. With a series of interlocking white crosses forming a fence around a pit of gravel and the bars appearing unnaturally bent in some places. Then you hear the alleged backstory. A mother and daughter, both accused of witchcraft, were burned at the stake in 1916, with the mother's charred remains being carried to a far-off location while the daughter was buried in a steel-lined coffin covered in stone, encased in crosses to prevent her escape. Some have claimed to witness tiny footprints appearing in the gravel, or even a young ghostly figure trying to escape the gravesite. Kid ghosts, as we know, are the creepiest ghosts, Jake.
Wow. That's a pretty horrifying tale.
Yeah.
So it's really just a super creepy grave site.
It's a creepy gravesite. Well, they took the mom, they burned a mom and daughter who they thought were witches for
Sure.
and then
That's what you do back then.
they took the mom far away.
Well, yeah. Get her out of here.
And they buried the daughter there, surrounded it with crosses and steel bars to keep her in. And the bars are all bent. So has she escaped, or has the mother come back to find her?
Interesting.
Wow. Okay, and people see little ghosts like leaving the gravesite and stuff, and then they make a little statement at the end, which I'm not sure everyone on Earth agrees with, because as we all know, like kid ghosts, as we all know, this is how they wrote it, are the creepiest ghosts.
Yeah. I kind of don't agree.
No, I mean, I remember there was like a half a moment there in like the late 90s where every horror movie was like a youthful ghost. And remember there was the Japanese one where the boy just opened his mouth real wide. And then like the camera cuts away and I'm like, okay.
Put the kid in the hallway and we'll do a thing. It'll be scary.
You got the two twin daughters in The Shining.
I've
We
seen
like
a lot
that.
scarier ghosts than like little kid ghosts.
Yeah, like a full-grown, gnarly, huge ghost would be
Yeah, with,
scarier
like-
to me than a kid ghost. Better chance of kicking that ghost's ass all over that house, little bitch. Yeah.
Oh man, so I don't know. I don't even know where. Let's see where this came from.
Yeah, because this is weird one.
It's a weird one. While stories about the gravesite go back decades and naturally increased in detail with the growth of the internet, of course, there's not much evidence that anyone was buried at the stake for witchcraft in the area in 1916. Even back then, that was generally big news. Mary Evelyn Ford really did die a tragic young death, but the state caused of death is, what is that?
I was gonna say I can't say that word.
Peritonitis? What?
Well, I don't know.
Peritonitis. I think that's the closest.
Peritonitis?
Jeez, I don't know what that word is.
An inflammation of the stomach lining. Okay, that's
thank
what
you.
that is. It's amazing what a truly unnerving gravesite can do for the imagination. We still wouldn't want to be near it at night. So wait, I don't get it though. So is there bent bars? Is there crosses?
Yeah, weird.
Yes, I think the gravesite is creepy. It looks creepy. They're just saying that there's no proof that people were burning witches at the stake back then. So they're not sure about that part of the story, right? And they're just saying, hey, in the end, it just means a creepy gravesite is creepy and people make up stories about it. Is that what they're saying?
I'd like to believe that there's, a mother ghost came back, grabbed her daughter.
Dude, here's the deal. Once again, we're dealing with a small community ravaged by the lockdowns. And Pilot's Knob doesn't want visitors to not come to town, right?
How do we get people to come to Pilot's Knob?
And then they are trying to cover it up too now. Like, we never burned witches here at Pirate's Knob. It's
It's not even Pirate's Knob. Pirate's Knob would be dope.
Oh, Pilot's Knob. I'm sorry.
Pilot's Knob?
Yeah.
Look,
That's not nearly as cool as pirates.
if you just take witch out of this, it just sounds like a airplane pilot is getting knobbed off by a stewardess on the girl in the pilot's knob. Oh, okay. This is your captain speaking. But
Whole story just changed.
I'm just picturing a pilot.
Hey, Jake, where do you find a pilot's knob? In his cockpit. Hey,
Duddy. That was a weird one, dude. That was a weird one. Usually we have like 3-legged people smashing into cars. This one was like, could there be a gravestone somewhere?
Yeah.
Weird.
I guess there's only one question is, do you believe if you go to Pilot's Knob, there's a baby? I can't even do this one.
Dude, there is a place called Pilot's Knob.
Yeah.
Why?
Luke, give us the meaning of Pilot's Knob, please.
Or just look up this place. I need the fucking location. I need the population.
I think this story came. They're like, we need more tourism in Pilot's Knob. Well, tell a witch story. All right. He'll never find it.
Luke's looking
He'll
shit
never
up,
find
dude.
it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is.
Good
It does look nice,
Lord.
yeah.
Okay.
Pilot's
Okay.
Knob is an absolute oasis wonderland. Look at it. It's a
That doesn't look so
Shangri-La.
And look at everywhere I see it. It's not even Pilot's Knob. It's Pilot Knob.
Pilot Knob. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That is a really bad name for a place.
That's just a
Yeah.
funky name. But
Oh,
guess what,
man.
Duddy?
What's up?
Add it to the tour.
We're going to have to go to Pilot Knob
Gotta.
Yeah.
right after Tagus.
When Cydeways is on tour, we'll give you guys all the locations. Each one of our little conspiracy queries that we go over, we've marked the little city and they're a town. They're always
Yeah.
little towns and you know, nobody's ever going to go there, but we'll talk about it.
We're going to do a tour through them all. But oh my
But
God.
we do
Jake,
have an extra bonus thing right now.
Let's do it.
Remember how we told you guys we're doing a new thing with the listener stories earlier in this show? Well, we are. And this is what happened. We told you, and we are. We asked for the listeners to send us in their own scary stories and their own pant shitting stories. And then maybe we'll feature them on our show if we don't think you're lying and if they're not boring and if they're not like 8 minutes long, because we're not going to live. You guys know the rules. We have one, okay? A listener by the name of Kristen Haggett. She's a big time listener. Big time participator on the FGWD bunker on Facebook, huh, Duddy?
Yes, she is.
She's a poster over there. She has sent us in her own story. It's not necessarily a monster story. Well, it kind of is. I'll just hit play and we're going to listen to it right along with you guys. This is a good one.
I haven't heard this yet.
You have not. Neither of the Dustins have heard this. I have previewed it.
We're Duddies.
Yeah,
We
sorry.
talked about this earlier.
Duddy B and Duddy P, get ready because this is listener story. I don't know. I was like, first thing I could think of.
I like it.
All right, guys. The scariest event in my life was the day I found out my next door neighbor was none other than Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer. I grew up for the first half of my childhood in Auburn, Washington. Growing up, there was a house behind mine that was surrounded in heavy woods and only chicken wire separating that property and my backyard. My neighbor was a very quiet and mysterious guy, and he had always creeped me out when I was a kid, even prompting my mother to tell me,
She sounds like she should work for Dateline.
Yeah,
Dude,
what?
when I
It's
listened to
really
this
good.
It was gonna be
originally,
so serious,
I
dude.
said that to Luke. Let's take it back to the top because
Whoa, all the way to the top?
No, okay, I'll play it through right here. But the way she starts it out was finding out that my neighbor was none other than, I was like, well,
Look at this
Rick,
guy, dude.
good.
Mind of a monster.
All right,
She's
let's hear
good,
it.
guys. All right, let's continue.
he's a nice Christian man, and I had nothing to be scared of. The only nice part about having him as a neighbor would be that his little dog would break into my yard and I'd get to play with it until he would come by and grab his dog. One day, when I was probably about 4 years old, I was playing in my backyard and he was up on his backhoe clearing out some trees. I ended up just standing there in my yard and I looked up at him and he looked down at me and we made eye contact. And it was the scariest moment of my life. I saw nothing but pure evil and blackness in his eyes. I knew that there was just something horrible about him, but my young mind couldn't even begin to imagine how horrible he really was. When I was 9 years old, we ended up getting a bunch of police and news reporters at our door, and I asked my mom about what was going on, and she told me that our neighbor, the same man that she told me years before was a nice Christian man, was in fact Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer, who at that point was suspected in the murders of 49 women. Now he has confessed to murdering
Holy shit.
over 100. There's my story.
Damn.
When I heard that earlier, I was like, that is
That's heavy.
so good
That's
and
so
so
good.
well told by her.
Kristen Haggett, well
Coming
done.
with the heat. Gosh, next.
Where do we go from that? That was an amazing story. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
with
the
us.
moment when she said, you know, like I looked up and he looked down at me and we caught eye
Yeah.
contact. Ugh,
Ugh,
it creeped me
Jesus.
out.
I had a little goosey bumpy.
Look,
Yeah.
Gave me the goosey.
Reminds me of like the put the lotion on the skin guy. I don't know if I really drop a joke on this one, but holy shit.
Oh my God. And Luke has pulled up pictures of this dude. He is horrifying looking.
Wow.
There's
Yeah,
like one
dude.
photo where he looks nice. Look at the blue shirt one.
Oh,
yeah.
There's like one
That's like
photo.
his acting debut
Yeah,
photo.
yeah, that totally looks like
Headshot.
every other photo. He definitely murdered everyone on Earth twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
He
Wow.
Said, so she said that he confessed to killing over 100 women. Wow.
Yikes, dude.
That's terrible.
Whew. Well, we literally
Yeah.
asked people this morning
Yeah.
if they could send in some of these stories, and she got this one in that fast. And honestly, that was one of the coolest things
That was
ever
great.
on
Yeah.
this show.
Yeah.
That was great.
That was better than our show.
That was way better than our show.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys, if you're listening, if you have, good luck following that one, right? Every
Yeah,
listener who's
there's no way.
yeah. So if you guys live next door to like Jeffrey Dahmer, hit us up.
Yeah.
But,
My uncle
send
was
in-
Hitler.
Oh my God.
Oh man,
My uncle was none other than Hitler. Wow. Great
that story
job.
was awesome. And you
Yeah.
know what else is awesome, Jake?
What is?
The band Cydeways.
Oh, absolutely.
That's so nice, you guys.
They're gonna play some music for us. Let's get into this first one. What's this first one called that we're gonna get into?
We're
This is
gonna
gonna
do
be
the
the Kaleo
Kaleo
jam.
one.
Yeah.
It's called We Won't Run, featuring Kaleo of Pepper. We just dropped it, I think about a month or two ago. So here it is.
Right on. Enjoy. All right, we're here with Cydeways, Kaleo from Pepper, and this one's called We Won't Run.
Who they try to catch, who they gonna threat? The world is burning down like a cigarette. We losing feeling, call it 30 Percocet. I be standing upon the ground, so you won't catch me running yet. Drive by, all we do is wonder why. Got them people with the badge shooting bullets to the sky. Dirty president, how is all the money spent? How is everything so lost up in an argument? I can't sleep, can't eat, I can't breathe. Madness, so we try and take it carefully. Over 1 million screaming that they're finally done. But we ain't gonna run.
We refuse to be what they wanted us to be. We are who we are, that's the way it's gonna be. They don't wanna see us move in unity. Just take a look around, we got everything we need. Don't let them fool you or let them abuse you, 'cause we won't run away. Yeah, don't let them stop you, no matter what they do, 'cause
And we won't run away.
and we won't run away.
How can I suffocate until I die? All the hatred in the eye brings the devil from inside. As we stand, there's a gun up in their hand telling us to back down while we screaming, fuck the man. We can't eat, can't sleep, we can't breathe. So why would I have to do what you believe? Over 1 million screaming that they're finally done. But we ain't gonna run.
We refuse to be what they wanted us to be. We are who we are, that's the way it's gonna be. They don't wanna see us move in unity. Just take a look around, we got everything we need. Don't let them fool you or let them abuse you, 'cause
We won't run away.
yeah, don't let them stop you, no matter what they do, 'cause
We won't run away.
and we won't run away.
We won't run away.
And we won't run away.
We won't run away.
And we won't run away. We won't run away. We won't run. We won't run away.
And you won't catch me running yet.
We won't run away. Yeah, we won't run away. We won't run away.
And you won't catch me running yet.
Oh man, that was awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having us.
We're
Oh,
being
man.
heckled side
we're being
stage, guys,
side-
for
yeah.
listeners. For the rest of the band.
They're drinking all the Fernet over there. I saw them pour a shot.
Oh no. What do you guys think of the Fernet? You love it.
I
Wow.
love Fernet.
Okay.
It's like my favorite
wow,
shot.
Not many people are into that.
I think it's a bartender thing. If you work in the industry, everybody loves Fernet.
You are a bartender.
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
He before we did the show, he's like, "Do you mind if I make a drink? Really quick." I'm like, "Go ahead, have whatever you want." I'm like, "You know what? I'll have one with you. I'm not going to let you drink alone." So he made us some vodka sodas. It's the strongest drink I've ever had in my entire life.
So you're one of the bartenders that people want to get.
Yeah. The place our buddies have managed there that we actually all, me and Casey both fill in at. We just pour heavy hands for
Nice.
everybody. It's
Oh
just,
my
it's just
God.
like a little dive bar in Santa Barbara.
What's it called?
It's called the James Joyce.
Oh, the James Joyce.
Yeah, it's just Guinness and Jameson shots.
If you want to absolutely black out,
yes,
go
Yes.
there.
I don't
man.
actually work there. I'm a musician. So
Yeah. Just for fun,
yeah.
Oh man, but
Yeah.
you know what?
There
though?
hasn't been a lot of shows lately, all right? You
Yeah,
got to do
yeah,
something.
fuck,
yeah.
man.
Jeez.
Yeah, don't judge me.
I'm not gonna lie though. When you go to a bar and you order a drink, and the bartender pours you a stiff one, does that feel good, Jake?
You know it does, Daddy. It feels good.
And you know what else feels good? Our sponsors. Does that make sense? It does. Oh,
Wait, I don't know if that is a weird
you know
thing.
what feels good? Our sponsors. What does feel good? You heard it here, people.
Damn, you just sold me on it. That was good.
Oh,
Oh
Duddy
my
B.
God.
It's everyone's favorite time of day and show.
What's that?
It's Show Us Your Riff.
Oh,
man.
nice.
Yeah, that's where we pick up this little guitar and we try to play a riff. You guys know what it is. It's a very simple
any
concept. Heavy
Any
riff time. Any riff.
We feel like everyone that plays guitar, they have that thing like right when they grab a guitar, they just like do a little thing. Even if
it's not
it's
gonna
just
be mine. I'm gonna think of something super
Even if-
random.
yeah, dude, anything you want. I don't know where to go. I'm going to Spain again, Daddy. Here
oh yeah.
we go.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Wrote it for the show.
That was
That
sick.
Castlevania
Yeah.
type thing.
I told everyone I'd improve.
I'm not. I'm doing the same thing.
All right.
Yeah.
That's my riff.
Yep.
All right. Let's see what I got here. I'm gonna
Oh.
top you.
Oh, good. Good. Get it up there near that mic a little bit.
Does that have to be close?
Dude, you just won
No
the day.
way.
No, dude, you just won.
Wait.
Do it again because
Was
that was Blink 182.
Oh my god!
I wrote that.
Nice. Oh, that's really
I'm
good.
just kidding.
Here, I'll help you with the mic. That was fucking radical. Keep it going. It was a
Nice.
Friday night.
Sing it,
I
Jake.
fucking wish I knew the words, and we're fucking feeling right. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
that
turned
wasn't
off my
Blink-182.
TV. That was
wow,
sweet.
Man, you should
Fuck
show
yeah.
that to some people. We could probably get that on the radio.
That's a tight riff.
That's you know what else is sick?
Do you mind if I use that riff for
Oh
my band?
God. I have a good idea for a band name. Blank. We can use that riff.
No, I don't think you can, because Blink's probably take and add something to that.
Just throw out some random numbers.
Yeah, sure, why not?
182 or something.
Perfect, Blink 182. Play that riff. We got a band. Yeah, we've made
Wait,
fun of Blink
take our
182.
clothes off.
We've made fun of Blink on the show in a
Awesome.
loving way.
Oh,
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
amazing.
Which one? Oh, it was
Oh, it was this song.
the aggressiveness of the vocals on this song. How are you?
Yeah.
And then the lyrics didn't make
I'm
sense.
so sorry.
that was the lyric.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
My mind was
Yeah.
blown, and then
And I'm so sorry.
the word "yed." We were introduced to the
Yes.
word "yed." inside my yad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa,
That was good. That was good.
Definitely
you got that spot on.
And I mean, come on, they fucking rip.
Fucking just iconic too. The
So
fact that he said
good.
yeah is so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Dude, there's another guy saying yad out there
Oh
now.
no.
It's the
Machine Gun Kelly.
in
Yes.
my yad.
Yeah,
in my yad.
Well, he's working with Travis Barker, so he just had to go with the Yed.
Wow, I didn't even put that together.
Yeah.
So it's Travis Barker's fault. We're blaming the singers.
Well, I
God damn it,
think that-
Trav.
Did Blink's Yed come before Travis?
Oh,
No,
that
it
was a
didn't.
post
It was
Travis.
post
I
Trav.
think the guy was like, "Hey, maybe let's take that one again because you said Yed instead of head." You know?
Yeah,
He's like,
no
"No,
one
stick with
raised
it."
their hand in the studio.
What did you say? Yed? I like
Have I
it.
been
Let's
saying
keep
it?
it.
Have I been saying it wrong this whole time?
It must have been a horrifying creative environment. Nobody was like, no, just put your fucking,
Yeah.
just leave it.
I'm saying head. What are you talking about?
Look at us making fun of like one of the biggest hits ever.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
start saying Yed in every
I mean,
goddamn song I
They were
make.
ahead of their time. Come on.
Oh, look at that. A late applause drop for Duddy on that. Wow.
Oh my God.
So that's
Speaking of a
definitely what
drop,
we had planned to do right now. What are we going into? We did show us your riff.
And now we're going to go into some poop stories.
Yeah, they got a poop story, guys.
Oh.
So Dustin, the poop story's not you. Who's pooped their pants?
I think it's Casey Carnahan. here.
Casey's coming on
Casey's
over.
coming in.
Casey's cutting in.
Drum man.
All right, Dustin's going to have to
Is
give
coming
Casey his
in.
mic for a sec.
All right.
You can put those headphones on if you like. You don't even need them, really.
Welcome.
All right. We got Casey here, guys, from Cydeways, and he's going to tell us an electrifying story about when he shit
Oh man, the
himself.
mic's all loose on poor Casey.
Stoked to be here. That's all right. Make it work.
Oh, twist it all the way around? Like, yeah, there you go. Back at you.
Nice.
Bam.
Yeah. You guys, for the listeners, he's twisting the mic around. We're tightening it, and we've got it.
Slide it right back at you. Pull it at you a little more. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear this. And after we hear his story, we actually have two listener. No, we're gonna do two. We're doing two, right, Luke? Are we doing both? We're
We're
doing
doing Kimmy. We have one.
just one.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got
okay.
one from the boys, and then one from a listener.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
All right. So here we go.
Yeah. Okay. So this all starts. So I'm at my buddy's parents' cabin up in the mountains. It's for like a little Christmas getaway kind of type deal.
Mountain poop.
Oh, this is I like it already.
Yeah, it's the elevation.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's one of those things you're drinking all day, like that kind of type deal. And I sit down for dinner, and my buddy's parents' family is all Italians, you know, hardcore Italian. And so we get down for dinner, and it's like pizza, you know, calzones, lasagna, all this stuff. And I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, okay.
And so it's
Not
just
a good combo.
I'm looking at a table of like an absolute nightmare. And so I'm like, oh fuck. And so I don't want to be rude. So
And
I
then
just
Italian family, so they're like,
You cannot.
yeah,
You
right.
cannot.
Pushing
Yes.
it down your throat. I had no choice, you know. And so I just started eating. I just started shoveling pizza, and I haven't had like cheese in 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. And so, so I'm just going for it. Whatever. We finish the deal, and I make it through the meal, and so everyone goes back to their rooms, and I get into bed. I'm in my boxers and the whole thing, and just like, you know, you rip a fart under the sheets, and it's one of those things. Instantly, like.
Ooh.
Your spine stiffens a little bit, and you're like, oh fuck, dude, like that felt like something. So then
like something.
yeah, so I'm in the bed, so I just like I kind of panic. I drop my underwear, and I just go down the hallway to the bathroom. Luckily, like people are sleeping and all this stuff.
Naked with
Yeah.
poop on you.
So I made it, and
Friends,
so
family, vacation
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
Awesome.
and so I get to the bathroom, and I like, you know, I do my thing, and then I stand up, and I'm like, all right, you know, I'm ready to go back to bed, and I cut one more fart standing up above the toilet,
Oh,
and just like projectile. It looked like, dude, it was.
he didn't learn his lesson.
Have you ever watched Dexter? It's like a Dexter kill room in the bathroom. And I was like, oh fuck, dude, it's a straight abstract painting on the floor, you
just
know.
like, God.
So I'm like, holy shit. So, you know, hands and knees, like cleaning this thing up, you
Making
know.
it worse.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, spreading it. Yeah, spreading. So I throw
I'm using towels now. There's not enough
yeah, right.
shower curtain.
Yeah. And so I throw all the toilet paper in the fucking toilet, and I flush it, and it clogs the toilet. It's too much toilet paper, and it's like,
horrifying.
you know, it's mountain pipes, so they're like cold and frozen.
No.
So it's one of those things like fucking. And so I'm naked in this bathroom. So I look for a plunger. No plunger. Nowhere in sight. There's no plunger. And the only bathroom is like down 2 flights of stairs through the living room, this whole deal. And so I couldn't go back into my room because my buddy was in there. I didn't want to like cause a whole scene. So I just...
The fact that you're naked this whole time.
Yeah, so this is a nightmare.
Yeah, so I book it naked through the cabin.
No.
Luckily, like, one person saw me. It was just my buddy, like, getting, a glass of water out of the fridge
He's like,
or
"What
something
the
like
fuck was
that. Yeah, I just saw the whites of my ass, flashing through the
I
lights.
saw a
And
ghost.
so I get down to the other bathroom. I finally get the plunger. I bring it back up and just like going to town, 20 minutes, like working up a sweat, like doing the whole fucking thing. And finally I get the toilet to work, didn't get caught, nothing. I think I woke up extra early, buried my underwear in the snow, and then
You've got to rid yourself of the underwear.
Success.
unless they hear this podcast, then
You never told them ever.
No, they have no idea.
my
So
God.
this is
Oh my God, that takes because I would a year or two later you'd have to, but you just wanted to just bury that whole thing.
Yeah, tried.
I'm so glad you shared
That
it
was
here.
the last time you ate cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I had to have a shot of Fernet coming up here just so we don't have another story on our hands
my
right
goodness.
now.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, dude, that's a horrifying one.
We do have a quesadilla over there.
I saw it and I don't want to go anywhere near it. I'm
Yeah.
We
scared
can-
just being in the same room as a
Okay,
quesadilla.
maybe we can get another story out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Dude, so many of them are just an innocent fart.
Most
Half
of the
these
stories start that way.
Just and you know what? We have a listener story that starts with a fart.
Let's crank it.
Let's crank it.
This one
we
comes-
do have, okay, cool. We all have headies. Yeah, this one comes from just one of the most legendary listeners ever. Another all-time banger, just like Kristen. It's Kimmy. It's Kimmy Simonian. We know her. We love her. She has a poopy story. Here it comes.
Okay, so here's my shit my pants story. It's not really me shitting my pants, more or less. I was sitting here minding my own business. My husband decided to fart on me. So what do? I go to do it back to him, only it wasn't a fart, and I shit on his leg.
She shit all over me.
It was bad.
Goodness.
It was bad. It was gross. It was putrid. The warmth, the smell.
The warmth.
It was fucked up.
I was fucked up.
That's it?
That's it, dude.
Oh, that's
Just
amazing.
in and out, right to the point.
That's how you tell a story.
Absolutely,
In and
yeah.
fucking out.
We had to warn our listeners, don't give us a 6-minute banger from them. No, yours was brilliant. You could have done 10 more minutes because I was just like, dude, this is fucking crushing me right now. I love the other family's house. Dude, we had something similar to that happen. Do you remember? This happened at our house, Duddy, and I feel like it was one of your friends, and you totally reminded me of this when you said that you buried your underwear outside. No, I remember. This happened at our buddy Mike Broberg's house. This is what I'm going to tell a story from my friend Mike, who was the bass player of HB Surround Sound. He did bass for the Dirty Heads in the early days, and total homie of Duddy and I since we were just little kids. So our other buddy John,
John Gamer?
John Gamer. I think it was John Gamer.
Should have said his full name. but
We probably shouldn't have. And if I you know what? And I hope I'm not wrong that it
We'll say
wasn't John.
Sean Gamer. All right.
He took a shit in Broberg's. He shit his pants, I think, at Broberg's house when we were younger, and hid his shit-filled underwear. He put it in their trash can in their bathroom.
Oh,
And so I remember Broberg's
that's
like,
Gentle Giant style.
dude, I remember Broberg when we were kids. He was like, yeah, dude, I went to throw out the little trash can in my bathroom, and it smelled so bad, and there was just shitty underwear in there. And he's like, dude, he shit his pants at my house and just stuffed his underwear in my bath. Anyway, the shame stuff, and
the shame
yours is way better
stuff.
in the snow. That's gone.
That's
Well,
harmless.
Until spring.
snow melts, but luckily I'm
You're
hell out of
gone.
Dodge
Oh
by then.
my
I'm
God.
not there.
Oh
yeah.
my God. Burying your underwear in the snow was a great image for me. I'm like, oh my God, the next
I
morning.
love too, like the picture, like the snow melted just enough, so a little tiny piece of the underwear were sticking out, and someone's like, "Hey, what's that?"
Yeah.
And they pull it out. Oh my God!
Yeah.
For heaven's
Jesus,
dude.
Who did this? Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah, right. CK on the tag.
Oh, wow, dude. Well, this is going to be a great segue, guys. We got another song.
Hopefully not as shitty as the.
No, I promise you
Holy
guys,
shit.
this song is the shit. You can see
Yeah,
what I did.
Duddy,
Come
you're
on.
just on fire today.
Come on.
Hey, What a legendary shit story, dude. One of the best ever. That's a full-blown standing ovation. Casey's a legend.
Thank you, Casey. Thank you.
Hey, the Law Records dudes, there's been 2 really good Law Record. The Tunnel Vision guys had a great pants shit story. That's another great one. We didn't ask Vana. We're not trying to.
She told us about peeing. Remember?
Oh,
on the
that's
security
right.
guard.
We did ask her. We're
She
pieces
peed on
of
a security
shit.
guard.
She peed. Yeah, she peed her pants all. She peed
A
herself all
security
over
guard
a
was
security
carrying
guard's
her out of the
shoulder.
show because she was too stoned. She
Really?
couldn't move. So she was over the security guard's back and she just started peeing and it peed all
So
over
there it
her.
is. Every Law Records artist is
I'll
really
tell you.
That's how you get
honest.
signed by them. You have to have a good
Yeah.
move story,
Yeah.
or else
Starting
you're
to-
not gonna get signed.
The process.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's get into it. What's this next song called?
Next song is called Fantasy.
All right. Let's get into it. All right, we got Cydeways here, and this one's called Fantasy.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Feeling up, feeling down while I think about you. Hope you think about me. Dip my toes in the sand while I feel the riptide take it all up to sea. I built this rap, won't you hop on in? We can leave this place. Set everything behind, feel the warm sunshine, don't need a suitcase. Untie your knots so we can push off, let everything go. Hold on me, I'ma get you there if it's all I know. No more stress, throw it all away, let me keep you dry. Lay on back, you can look on up to my sunset sky. Welcome to my fantasy where everything is meant to be. I do not know what day it is, but I still like to play it in my head. Open your eyes and take it in. Tell me what you see. A rundown place on a bed of sand, just you and me. Grab my hand, we can travel all day, we can call it our own. Waves crash down as we look on up, no place like home. Welcome to my fantasy where everything is meant to be. I do not know what day it is, but I still like to play it in my. Welcome to my fantasy where everything is meant to be. I do not know what day it is, but I still like to play it in my head. I do not know what day it is, but I still like to play it in my head. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, man. I really like that one.
Oh, thanks. I'm honored. Yeah.
It's a beautiful song.
It really
Yeah,
is.
thank you,
follow-up,
thank you.
second
That's
song.
a good one. It's one of my favorites, actually.
The
It's really
ladies
good.
will love that one
The
for
ladies
sure.
will love it.
The first one's the single, and the second one's that backup single, right?
yep.
You're like, yeah, I think I know who this band is, and then they
Yeah.
hit you with the
Duddy,
banger.
what'd you say earlier? Like, oh, you know what? I can fix them.
Oh, yeah.
They have a hard side of them, but no, I could fix them.
That's right. First song, ooh, the bad boys,
Yeah.
and then
They got a
I want to
soft
fix
side.
them.
Yeah.
Second song, maybe they'll fix me.
Yeah.
Is what she says.
Yeah, soft side.
Love it.
The second song
man.
proves that you would never yell into anyone's ear at a show. You
Yes.
guys are the
Yes, definitely.
between song whisperers. Before we get out of here, any plugs, anything? Where can everyone find you? What's anything for the band? personal stuff? Anything?
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, all the internet streamings, YouTube, Instagram is Cydeways Music. Yeah, we just got on the TikTok
Nice.
Hell yeah. Our label told us to do it, so we're going to do it.
I did too. I was telling them because the Dirty Heads had vacation started going super viral on TikTok, right? Which I'm super happy about.
Yeah.
So the label and shit, so you got to do TikTok. So I fucking made a TikTok page. I did my vacation TikTok, taken down one day later.
Yeah.
Because there was a bong in the background of my
no
video.
way.
So they took my video down. I now have 0 videos on TikTok. I had one for a bit, but
yeah, we got a new record coming out on Law Records. I'm not sure when it's going to drop. We'll release singles throughout the summer, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
nice, man. Well, we'll have links to for everyone to find you guys and all that good stuff. But
And then when the album is ready to drop, you guys are welcome to come back.
We'll be back.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Thank you guys so much.
yeah, man, thank
yeah.
you guys. And yeah, I guess before we jump out of here, we do have some Q&A from our Patreon members, guys. If you do want a chance again to ask questions on the show that we will answer, hop on over to our Patreon, sign up. It helps the show get going, and lots of other fun stuff going on over there.
Can
as
I
well.
read one?
You can.
I like I've never listened to your music. What song or album should I start with?
Oh, wow.
Definitely not the first one. Yeah.
I almost forgot about the Q&A. I was like,
I know
before
you
we get
did.
out of here, but you know what? Now we're going to do the Q&A, and we will answer that very question in 1 second here. Questions. Woo-hoo-hoo. Ask us any question you want. Ooh. How'd you like that song, Dustin?
That was great.
Or Duddy P? I'm
Duddy
sorry.
P. Yes, I go by Duddy P now.
Dude, let's tackle that one first. So
That's
I didn't
funny.
see that one. Who sent that one in?
Duddy's little scissor sister.
Oh, yeah. That's our Florida girl.
Right on. Yeah, definitely. I would say the newer stuff. Maybe just start with the Kaleo song with Peppers is our newest one that's out. Don't go to anything before 2015. But yeah,
Oh,
anything
man.
new is probably pretty good.
That is awesome.
How funny is that?
Let's see here. Kristen Haggett, who gave us that amazing story. So how could I dare skip your
serial
question
killer.
today? Happy Wednesday, everyone, because this will come out Wednesday. What is a cool souvenir you bought while out on the road? Plus, could you guys give my boyfriend Shane a shout out today? Today is his birthday. Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Shane.
birthday.
Yeah, happy
Shane.
birthday, Shane.
And just for you listening, we're not going to normally give birthday shout outs.
No.
That's not a thing, so don't start asking.
I was going to say something mean. I couldn't come up with
She
a happy birthday, Shane.
She gave us such a good story.
Yeah, you
I had
can't.
to give her the shout out. What's the cool souvenir I bought out on the road? I have one that I really remember. I have an idea of what I wanted to start, like this cool coffee table, thing for old school baseball mitts. I don't know if you guys have seen these before. They're awesome. I went to some random pawn shop in some small town and I found like a baseball mitt from like the 1920s or something. And it's like the coolest fucking thing ever. So now that's my thing. I want to collect old baseball mitts and I'm going to make like a cool little coffee table thing out of them. Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty. I mean, I have another thing that I know that you bought that you still have the hat,
The hat.
that fuzzy ear
Oh,
hat.
that. It's
from
over there.
It's over there. Duddy has the hat that he bought in. This was like the first tour when the Dirty Heads, when Lay Me Down hit, and it was like their first big nationwide tour. Duddy bought this fuzzy eared hat. He still has it, and he's worn it on the show a couple times.
I have.
That's a
I do
funny
have
one.
that.
Yeah, you do have that, dude. That's true. This necklace. This is a nothing necklace, right? I like elephants, so I found this necklace at Pike's Market in Seattle. It's like that market that's right along the ocean.
Yeah.
This was 2006. I was touring with HB Surround Sound, and I used to wear this little.
Damn.
And I've had it around my neck. I
Ever
probably
since?
wore it on my finger for like a month, and it turned
Yeah.
green because it's like a shitty fake necklace thing.
Yeah.
And I've had it around my neck ever since 2006.
That's dope.
So I guess that's my favorite thing I bought on tour.
Let's see here. Jacob Disney says, Jake, any tips for an up and coming barber? And Duddy, would you ever let Jake cut your hair? I think people have asked that before. Also, everyone follow my barber. Oh, Jacob Disney. Shameless.
Trying to use you guys.
Faded Jake.
Dude, it is strictly Knott's Berry Farm for me from here on out.
He's I'm faded Jake because I'm faded and I'm Jake and I'm doing fades. You guys got on.
Oh, faded Fade Master.
Fade Master.
I don't know if I don't get haircuts. So
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you wanted a haircut, I'm sure he'd be like, "Hey, Jake, cut my hair."
This
But he
is
doesn't
literally
get
how
haircuts.
we cut my hair at home. I put it in a little bit of a ponytail situation, and my wife goes, "Pink,
Bink.
every 6 months we do that."
And dude, tips for the up and coming barber. Like, barbering's one of those weird things. I guess my tip is just here's something that somebody told me that I really loved. Every once in a while, as a barber, you might have slow days or slow times when you're an up and coming barber, as you say. When I first started, I would have days where I'm like, man, I did 2 haircuts today. And then obviously a couple years in, you're booked every day, right? But I remember my owner said this to me and the new barbers, and he's all, here's the thing about barbering too. He's all, you're always going to be working on an average. Like when you start out, your monthly average will be so much. As you get better and better, your monthly average goes up. He's all, don't look at barbering day to day. Don't go, I only did 2 cuts today. Because how it works out is you almost always end up doing the same amount of cuts that month.
Yeah.
You're going to make the same amount at the end of the month. You might have a slow day. The next day will be super busy. And he was right. Like when I first started, I remember it was just one of the things he told me. He's all, hey, and you know, when you start out, just don't get caught up if you have a slow day.
Yeah.
Keep going because you're going to have a banger of a day and that it all evens out. And eventually you'll just be booked. And I remember it was like day 1, he probably told me that. And it stuck with me. And I was like, oh, it's good advice. And he was right.
Yep.
You always end up making the same amount at the end of the month. And eventually you're so booked up that you make
More.
just as much as you can by the end of the month. However many cuts you want to do, that's what you'll get. So yeah, just stick with it. Don't think of it as if you have a bad day, just know that you're going to have a good day probably tomorrow or the next day, and it'll even it out. And eventually you'll be
just
sailing.
apply that to life.
Anything in life. Yeah, big time.
That's just great advice, period.
Because you do get barbers that get bogged down in that. And then they'll be like, fuck, man, I'm dead today, man. This sucks. You know, and it can, you know, you want to make money. Don't let it happen. You're going to have your busy days. You're right, but that is everything in life.
Love it.
Yeah.
Jesse Rules says, what has been your favorite song to record and which one is the most personal to you guys? What about you guys? Do you have one, Dustin? Duddy P?
I would probably say Fantasy, actually, the newer one we have. It's definitely a more like personal subject and just like super mellow. So like we usually kind of write in a different style. Kind of like more darker edge, more like grimy bassline reggae style. This one was a very more chill, mellow song that I just really enjoy. Like the sound of it. It's just like very pretty sounding the whole way through, and it's not reggae at all. And I think it's just a great song.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What was it? So your favorite song to record. So this one, it's not one of my favorites and it's not like a personal one to me. I love this song. It's great. I love playing this one live as well, but recording it, we had so much fun. It was off our new album, Supermoon, Crowbar Hotel. We did a handful of the songs on this new album. We recorded them live all at the same time in the same room, all together, and just live recorded them. And that was one of them. And we had so much fun recording that one, like with Jared, like whistling the chorus part. And I don't know, there was something the vibe in that room when we recorded that track was just so perfect. And we had such a great time recording it. Yeah, that's mine.
Group vocals are so fun.
Yeah.
Like the few punks, like some of the punk songs we had in HB Surround Sound back in the day when you're, you know, when there's going to be like a group like, hey, or anything. It's so fucking corny. You're looking at each other and it's like 3, 2, 1, hey, you know, and you're like, yeah, this is fucking fun. But I would say my favorite song that I've done right now is from my project Surf Cobras that's online. And Let's Go to the Beach, the Surf Cobras song. Just search Jake Bushnell anywhere for music, you know, and you'll find it. Surf Cobras, Let's Go to the Beach. I just, when I listen to that, I'm like, hey, that's one of my best start to finish songs. And I played the drums on that, guitar, and did all the vocals. So I did almost all the instruments.
Nice.
I love that one.
Dope. Where are we at here? Let's see here. Elizabeth Pratt says, do you add sugar to your cereal? Whoa. No. When did we did when as kids, because my mom always got the gross kind with no flavor. That's funny.
I remember Cheerios when I was young. I love Cheerios just plain now, but when I was a kid, I would either put honey or I remember sprinkling some sugs, dude.
I definitely did too.
I don't know if I remember doing some honey on the Cheerios when we didn't have honey nut Cheerios. I don't know if I remember sugar.
And then I do remember
let my kids think about that. I don't want to walk in and just see them with spoon. Dude, my son has this buddy Jackson. They're like best friends, and he comes over a lot after school, and they're on this new thing where we want to make lemonade. But I'm on to them, dude, because every time they make lemonade, and I walk into the kitchen, and it just feels like I'm like on like an air hockey table. I'm just like gliding across. I'm just walking on sugar. I'm just like, what the fuck? And I go in there, and they're just dumping spoonfuls of sugar, like. You're not making lemonade.
No.
You're making sugar water.
Yeah, they're making Sunny D.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Melissa Perfect says, this question is for both of you. What's your favorite type of cake? Who fucking cares?
Oh, wow.
Seriously.
Whatever
I'm not
kind
a
of
cake person.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not too.
Yeah, I mean,
Pie is better than cake, but pie, I guess, is
cake.
not a cake.
Whatever
Oh,
cake we
man.
can throw into your face for asking
Yeah,
this.
shit cake. How about that?
Melissa is pretty awesome. So
She's awesome.
But
This
we love to make
question
fun of her.
Is
We
not
love to
awesome.
make
This
fun of her.
question is terrible.
No, the question's
She's great.
horrifying.
Question's
She's great.
Really bad. We're
So
gonna
don't
move
judge
on.
her, guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we gave her that name. Perfect. We're gonna take it back real fast, Melissa. One more, huh, Duddy?
One more. This is the last question, guys. Before we get into this, thank you guys again for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. Check out Cydeways everywhere you can find them, and we will be back next week. Last question. Jake Lapointe says, when is DH and Cydeways going to do a collaboration? Look at that, Jake.
yeah, that's what I like to hear.
I think both of your bands would gel together. I think we would as well. I think it would be
I think a
good
Duddy P,
collab.
Duddy B would be absolutely insane.
Oh, dude. Rap battle. Duddy B versus
yikes,
Duddy
dude.
P.
Yeah, we would love to, man. That'd be great.
Wu-Tang style. You guys just back and forth.
No fucking chorus. We
No
don't do
chorus.
choruses.
Yeah.
We just add more bars.
Yeah,
Right
dude.
on.
B
Right
versus
on.
P.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys again for coming
Dude,
by.
what a
man. That
banger
was
of a
awesome.
show, dude.
Dude, thank you guys for having us, man. This has been great.
Fuck yeah, man.
Outro?
We'll see you guys next week. Love you guys.
Boom.
Peace.